Good morning, student. Today we are going to continue our same chapter, that is rulers and the building. So let's start. Now, why did people from that time take these mountainous tasks upon themselves? See, they use buildings, temples. So, what do you think? Why did people from that time take these mountainous tasks upon themselves? So could be the same reason why countries today take pride in building, say, the tallest building or the widest road or the longest underwater tunnel is in that country. So that is the feeling of proud. So maybe for this reasons they build those things. Some are for functional uses, other to impress and the imply domination, and some a combination of the two. So today the study of these structures give us a peek into the what life must have been like then. Then guesses about the architectural techniques tell us how advanced different culture were in their understanding of science and the maths. So when we look the gallery of the Qutub Minar, so that time we have seen how small and the skilled work they have done in that gallery, isn't it? So we can see the techniques what they have used and the measurement and the which science they have used. So the expanse of these palaces and the court that the emperor and the king stayed in were made to embrace both subject and the outsiders. So see, we'll see the images also. So in fact, emperors were known to create more impressive rooms in their palaces, especially to greet guests also. So sometimes another king visit to their kingdom, that time also to impress them, they made the guest great best guest room also. See how it is, how it is made up of. See, you can see your everywhere in this we can see the glasses, isn't it? So hall of mirror at the palace of Versailles, it is in France. What is such example of how lavish they made the palace? So mirror were extremely expensive in that time. That the palace was made in this time in France. A walk around Agra Fort. Maybe you have visited. So which was where Mughal emperor stayed till the capital was moved to the Delhi. Before that, which was the capital? It was Agra. So make you feel like a royalty. Similarly, the resources used were the matter of the pride too. So whatever they use nowadays, also I think this imply, isn't it? What do you think? How we use the things or the which car or where we live, that is the matter of pride and the prestige issue, isn't it? So yesterday also we have seen in book. Did you know the Agra fort required 12,000 workers and Taj Mahal took 20,000 workers. So can you specify this? How they uh, worked in this 12 workers? We have seen yesterday Agra fort was built by the Akbar, and it requires how much employed or the laborers. Rulers also built bazaars, temples, mosques. That is the another structure, another kind of structure we can see. Tanks also to facilitate day-to-day living of the common man. They build temples for worship. They build bazaars, means markets. They build tanks. for giving was water facility for common man. The hope was the activities in these spaces would build a sense of belonging amongst the public. However, even some of these structures were restricted for use by the royalty and the noblemen. So some specific places are for just for common man, and specific places are for the nobleman, for those who are famous in the society. Another reason for such structure could be to make their mark in history and to be known to the next generation as an emperor of might. Okay, last but not the least, the rulers, especially the Mughal emperors, had a keen interest in the art, uh, to be in to it music, art, literature, or architecture. So they were Mughal emperor were very interested in art, like they were interested in music, literature, and architecture. So it developed in that period, in medieval period. Idea for the activity: make geometric pattern similar to the one found in the Mughal architecture. Student will better appreciate the skill and accuracy needed given the tool they have today. So they can also see how people from history use geometry. Yes, you might think about this. Now you have tools with you of geometry and how uh, it is required, how accuracy is required in it. See, now what we'll do, we have yesterday also from the book, we have seen the
Monuments provide an insight into the technologies used for construction. Take something like a roof, for example. We can make this by placing wooden beams or a slab of stone across four walls. But the task becomes difficult if we want to make a large room with an elaborate superstructure. This requires more sophisticated skills. Between the
okay, good.
17th and
Wait,
10th.
wait, wait. Yes, we have more participants, so I'll give chance to everyone. Good, Janvi. Yes, Amrita, you can.
Between the 7th and 10th centuries, architects started adding more rooms, doors, and windows to buildings. Roofs, doors, and windows were still made by placing a horizontal beam across two vertical columns, a style of architecture called trapete or corbelled. Between the 8th and 13th centuries, the trapete style was used in the construction of temples, mosques, domes, and in the buildings attached to large stepped wells called bawelis.
Okay, good. Now, see, here is also one important column, but it is not visible here in the textbook. So, after the labor for the Agra fort, so here in the third copy, I can see here the figure 2, Rani ki body. It is given and it is the step well. So as we read here, it is large step well. Yes. So till we had done that only. So Sanmitra, you can read this part with first one. Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Figure 1 shows the first balcony of the Qutub Minar. Qutbuddin Aibak had this constructed around 1199. Notice the pattern created under the balcony by the small arcs and geometrical designs. Can you find two bands of inscriptions under the balcony? These are in Arabic. Notice that the surface of the minor is curved and angular. Placing
Minar,
an
it is.
yes, ma'am.
See, this
Placing
can
an
be asked for the MCQ also. Notice that the surface of the uh, Minar was curved and the angular. So it is confusing in the circular and the curved and the angular. So you can highlight this. Yes. Continue, dear.
Yes, ma'am. Placing an inscription on such a surface required great precision. Only the most skilled craft persons could perform this task. Remember that very few buildings were made of stone or brick 800 years ago. What would have been the impact on a building like the Qutub Minar on observers in the 13th century?
Okay, good. Now, Sarth, you can read this.
Ma'am, can you hear me?
Yes, dear.
Yes, ma'am. Between the 8th and 18th centuries, kings and their officers built two kinds of structures. The first were forts, places, gardens, residences, and tombs, safe, protected, and grandeur spaces of rest in this world. The next, the second were structures made for public activity, including temples, mosques, tanks, wells, car- caravans, and bazaars. Kings were
Caravans, it is. Okay. Hmm.
Kings were expected to care of their subjects, and by making structure for their use and comfort, ru- rulers hoped to win their praise. Construction activity was also carried, but by others, including merchants. They built temples, mosques, and wells. However, domestic agriculture, Raj mentioned Haveli of merchants, has
Oh,
survived from only from 18th century. Thank you, ma'am.
so who will read the next big dear?
And can I?
Yes.
Two technological and stylistic
Wait a minute.
developments are
Now, Vijendra, continue,
noticeable
continue.
noticeable from the 12th century. The weight of the superstructure above the doors and windows was sometimes carried by ar- arches. There,
Architectural,
this architectural form was called accurate.
arcute.
Limestone cement was increasingly used in construction. This was very high quality cement which when mixed with
So,
stone chips hardened into concrete. This made constructions of large structures easier and faster. Take a look at the construction site in figure 6.
now, till the time, if you have any doubt, you can type.
If you like our videos, do share them and subscribe to our channel. If you want awesome quizzes, write to us. Keep watching and keep learning with Walnut.